We are live. Oh Lord. What are we gonna say about this one? How did we end up here, guys? What is going on? But
Um,
we're back. We're in between the Torino draw, match against Fiorentina coming up. Officially not within 3 points of first place with the game in hand. Game in hand not being played for probably another month. Um, yeah, we're in a spot here, but we had to drag ourselves on here. Had to keep going. So we got Ian, we've got Dave. What's up, guys? Dave, I want you to start because I know you have a special jersey behind.
Oh yeah. I have to show my Kondogbia jersey behind me. This is an homage to my boy Mikey. Okay, there we go. Now we can see Kondogbia. You know, this is homage to Mikey. Since today's Mikey's birthday, I want to say happy birthday, Mikey. This is a talk that we had on one of the pods. I'm not sure who remembers, but he dared me to come out with my Kondogbia jersey. When we're talking about Bento era jerseys that we had, Kondogbia was probably one of my worst investments, but I still have it and it's still pretty crisp, as you can see, because I don't wear it that often.
Hey, I mean, he also put in his team got past Man U, so I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's a guy that he's definitely come good, and I don't know. Let's not discuss it too much, but he definitely would be a fit in this current Inter, in my opinion. But it is what it is.
yeah, for sure. I like the choice though. It brings back some memories. That font too. That font
Yeah,
gives me some
yeah.
memories. But Ian, how's it going? I know you're the two monitor king now. You've got our stats for us.
to
hmm
Murder King, I have upgraded. We have all the stats that we can wish and desire in the world, so I'm ready.
Yeah, the only thing we're missing is Fristo to be even more negative than we're gonna be. But we're not gonna be too negative. It's not gonna be too bad. But it doesn't feel great coming off of what we came off of. But yeah, I guess we have to start where we left off. We got to start with Torino. Ian, I'll start with you. How bad? Scale of 1 to 10. How tough was that one to watch?
17, 18, something like that. It's just painful to watch games. In the last 5 years, I haven't missed a single game. This season, I already missed two, just because I don't feel like watching this team struggle anymore. It's
Wow.
painful. It's painful.
Yeah, that's worse than I thought it was gonna be. Damn. Um,
This guy
but
said
Dave,
17.
you got to be a little bit better off than Ian here, right?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you say a scale of what's your scale on 1 to 10? I'm pulling up the stats right now. Um, I'll say on 1 to 10, it was probably a 7 to watch because this is one of those matches where you concede one of those bing bong type of goals that it's not like something that they worked on the training ground that they practice or whatever. It just a lucky bounce, and Bremer was there at the right place at the right time to just poke the ball in, and then that was pretty much it for them for the whole match. Other than maybe that penalty that, in my opinion, they should have had on Ranocchia. I don't know what he was doing with Belotti, but that was definitely a penalty. I'm not sure why they didn't get that. We could discuss it more later. But other than those two incidents, Torino were pretty much not a threat. We created plenty of chances. We have Zeko missing wide open headers and headers, point blank headers. He can't score it. You have DeMarco. He got a 1v1 that I remember, and then he for some reason decided to take it on his right, where he had plenty of time to set himself up and put that left foot that we know that he has through it. But all in all, looking at the XGs, for those that do care, ours is 2.51 and theirs was 1.7. So that means that we created enough to win the game. We should have won the game 2-1, at least by what XG says. For those that live and breathe by the stats, I don't necessarily do, but I do feel like that they're a good indication of what happened in the match if you didn't see it, for example. But yeah, it was tough, man. I am in a position now that I'm not as confident anymore because even if our schedule is clearing up like we were anticipating, we did get out of the Champions League. We bowed out in a graceful manner, but in retrospect, it cost us Brozo. That wasn't there for us. Although again, that doesn't look like that was an issue right there because we we created enough to win the match, or strikers again where they let us down. So that's for the reason that I'm not as confident, but I'm still in a position where I feel like, if we could manage to win those next two matches, it does get very, very soft for us in the schedules. Whereas everybody else that finished very, very, very difficult, very, very difficult schedules, particularly Milan, because we got to look at Milan right now. They're the ones on top. So they finish, I think, with I'm not sure I have it in order because I don't have it pulled up right now, but I know they have Atalanta, Lazio, Sassuolo, um, and another tough match. That they finished their last 5 or 6 matches. They're pretty tough, and I expect them to leak points in those matches. But yeah, we got to humble ourselves. We got to put our heads down and work. And Fiorentina is definitely a must-win match. If we didn't say that the other matches were must-wins, we got to start at Fiorentina.
Yeah, I mean, we had a little bit of room for grace, and over the past few weeks, we have thrown that all out.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like no margin for error. I think I did hear Inzaghi say that there are 10 finals left in the season, and when you start talking like that, that's usually not an indication that the season's going the way that you wanted it to at this point of the season. But yeah, I think wins against Fiorentina, Juve, Verona, if you can get 9 points out of those, I think you put yourself back in a very strong position. But I mean, with the way this team is playing, you got to go to Juve. Luckily, Fiorentina and Verona are at home, so those should be a little bit lighter challenges. But still, going to Juve historically, we know that when Inter need points and are going into Turin, either side of Turin now, I mean, it's hard to get points out of there. But yeah, of course, I missed the match against Torino. It wasn't just out of not wanting to watch. I was actually busy. But you know, I remember tweeting after Liverpool, and I kind of got some. Kind of got roasted for it a little bit. But I said that if De Vrij and Brozovic are gone for this Torino match, like it's not going to be pretty. I think I said the Scudetto gone. I mean, that's dramatic. That was me just frustrate venting after going out of the Champions League. But it did come to pass. I do like the point you made that we created enough that we didn't need Brozovic right there, right then, but it would have helped. Vecino, I don't think did too well. That Vecino Regista is that I don't know where what I don't know where. It's baffling me even right now trying to explain it. I don't know how Inzaghi even decided that. Like, I mean, yeah, Barella didn't work there last time, but why not go with like a 3-4-1-2 and put Hakan behind the strikers or something? I just don't
Well,
understand the team selection.
yeah, I thought the same, but I don't know. That was a very curious choice. Absolutely. If anything, I thought that maybe he could have tried Vidal there, as because Vidal is probably more of a guy that has some kind of intelligence where he could distribute the ball and be our playmaker, sit in front of the defense a little bit. We've seen him do that. So I thought he probably could have started Vidal, but they said that he was tired from playing the 90 minutes, which we could understand against Liverpool. But yeah, that was a curious choice. But on one end, I felt like, okay, you know what, I got to give him credit for trying something else because Barella did not work there, and not only did Barella not work there, but putting them in that position it negates what Barella does going forward, which is like combining with Dumfries on that right, 1-2s, getting on in positions and getting crosses. If you're the register that has to sit in front of the defense and be the guard dog, you don't get that freedom to move up. So that kind of negates Barella as well. So I thought that's probably what he did. It kind of just sacrificed the register position. I don't think that he actually expected Vecino to be a playmaker. He probably put him there as a destroyer. Just make sure you there, you break up play, whatever Torino's trying to do, and that's what Vecino tried to did for to an extent. We try to play more through Hakan, and again, we created plenty of chances. There were a couple there was a set piece that Hakan delivered it perfectly, and I don't know how they failed to get a touch on that. That would have been an easy tap in. There were a couple of occasions, and here we are, man. It's like we were talking about it, but we didn't. Like, just actually watching it pass, it feels a little different. because we said it earlier. We're like, yo, listen, this team is scoring a lot right now. Everybody else is scoring, and the strikers are actually getting away with being wasteful. But soon, we're gonna be in a position where that's going to cost us, and that's what it is. Like we don't have clinical strikers. We know we don't have clinical strikers, but right now we're just watching it cost us right now. It sucks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's nothing we can really do about it either. I mean, there
Mm,
are no other options. I mean, Correa came on again. I don't think he did too much. It was Alexis Sanchez that did get the goal late. So, I
mhm,
mean, I guess making up for his red card against Liverpool, which I think we've talked about was not the best choice from him, but trying to make it up there. I mean,
mm,
maybe you could have started him. Maybe that would have been some motivation for him to come out and have a good match. I thought about that when I saw the lineups come out. But he's been going. Inzaghi's been going with Dzeko all season through the good and the bad, and
mhm.
it just keeps getting drier and drier. But
Yeah,
to
I
go back,
mean,
oh,
it
okay,
was.
go ahead.
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was obvious that he was gonna go with Zeko because remember he didn't play him against Liverpool. So arrested Zeko and a Lautaro that scored in the last two matches. That pairing to me when I saw it on the lineup. I wasn't surprised at all, regardless of Alexis' form. But I did expect them to bring on both guys, Alexis and Correa, much earlier. To try and get an impact and switch things around. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and I mean, like we've been saying all season, I mean, Inzaghi can't get out there and put the ball in the goal himself. Like, I don't know how much I really put on him for this, like other than starting Vecino where he started him and
Hmm.
like anything else. Like he just like this team is still creating, like we keep saying. Like I don't, I'm at a loss for like what can change other than strikers finding some goals. Ian, do you see anything changing soon?
I just don't know why we brought in Caicedo for him to only play, what's this, 3 matches, 3 cameos.
No,
Yeah,
3 minutes.
it feels like that because like he came on against Fiorentina. No, wait, what am I looking at? Not even that. Apparently, he only had one official game with us, and that was against Genoa.
Bro,
So
he
that's it.
played 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
3 minutes. Like, why do you
I'm not gonna
bring
let
him
you
in
give
the
him
line?
credit talking about 3 matches.
Nah,
When?
I, I was confused by this sofa score thing. No, but like, so you have the Jeko sub that you never play. Jeko star that's fucking can't even play. Like, we saw him miss so many chances, so many. Like for a guy that's like what 192 centimeters tall, that should be able to head the ball, that he can't even head the ball in. Like,
bro,
it's
bro.
baffling. I don't know what to say.
It is, and the thing is, that's been his whole that's been him his whole career, even at his prime, his City days, his Wolfsburg days. He was always a high volume guy. Like he needs plenty of chances to score, but he plays very well with the team and he's physical. You know, that's why I don't even want to moan about it. It's like knowing we got Zeko, I know what I was getting, and we all know what Ottawa was, except for maybe Ian, who thinks he's gonna become a finisher one day. You know, look at him, look at him, and he's not even denying it. Shame on you.
Shame.
I eat by my no, no, I live by my words.
We're
Whatever
eating them
you
right now.
demand.
You were almost right.
I thought you almost ate him for real, but
Yeah.
I'm just tired of Inter, man. I don't know what it is. This is like pre-Benzema. This is like the Mancini and Pioli days.
mm,
This is like peak Frank de Boer days.
Of course, it was
no.
Bremer too that had to score. Of course, it was.
Exactly. That's crazy. Just like Scamacca scored against us with Sassuolo. But nah, Ian, no, let's not get too down on ourselves, man. I can't let that happen. Um, I feel like just one good win against Fiorentina, and like we're really on our way back because like I watch Milan as well. Like they're not a juggernaut by any sense of the imagination. Who they were playing last time, Empoli, they scored a beautiful goal from Kalulu, just hitting a score. A ball from outside the box, beautiful curler. But other than that, they created nothing.
It was a
Against
great
Empoli,
cameo as well. The goal. It went through
exactly.
how many people? Like,
How many people and the goalkeeper?
yeah,
Ironically, the goalkeeper before the match, he was talking about how Handanovic was his idol and that's who he looks up to. And then he pulled Handanovic on that goal because
Now,
I
hold
mean, like
on, hold
he
on,
even moved. What Ian? What do you gotta say?
hold on. I'm not gonna let the Slovenian slander be here. Come on now.
Okay. You know, I'm not gonna give
Nah,
anything
I'm
else.
kidding. I'm
But
kidding.
but yeah, I say that to say this. I feel like let's not get down on ourselves. Milan are definitely they're bound to drop points. Um, it's probably not gonna happen in the next two matches because who do they have? I think they have
Cagliari away.
Cagliari,
Yeah,
and
Bologna home, and then
uh-huh,
Torino away, Genoa home, then the reverse fixture Coppa Italia, Lazio,
hmm
Fiorentina, Verona,
I mean, maybe
Atalanta as well.
Cagliari. I mean, Cagliari did draw with Napoli, so maybe there's a chance that they catch Milan on an off
yeah,
day.
yeah,
Because I mean, they're Milan right now are kind of, I don't know, like they've won the last two, but it's been like one goal. Like it's been very narrow. Like it's not been like they've
yeah,
completely
and
dominated anybody. I mean, they beat Napoli. That's
exactly.
very respectable, but it
hmm
was a goal from Giroud, who just in the past month has decided he's going to start scoring.
Well, but
Um,
it's the kind of goal as well, Mikey. It's literally like a shot. It's not like Calabria or whoever it was passing it to Giroud. This guy was shooting the ball and it was such a bad shot that it was going out of bounds and Giroud just stuck a leg out. Literally. You don't practice that. You know, that's like literally okay, you're getting lucky goals. It's okay, it's completely fine. We are at the business end of the mercato. I mean the campeonato now, where you just gotta win matches any way you can, by claw, by hook and by crook. You know, and so I gotta respect it. But then again, I'm watching. I'm not seeing that they're a juggernaut. They're scoring billions of goals and they're dominating team. So I expect them to drop plenty of points and plenty of matches. But we'll see.
Last time Milan scored over 2 goals in a win was on the 9th of February at the Coppa against Lazio, where they
wow.
beat them 4-0. Last time they scored 2 goals, period, was against Salernitana in the draw. So, they're
Yeah,
not
that is
creating.
not great form, but
Yeah,
we've been so bad that it's on us. Like it is really Inter doing this to themselves. Like whether it's, by bad tactics, which I don't think it is, or just by bad play, which is more, and bad luck even really, because I mean, Berisha played out of his mind. I mean, I'm fully convinced that if it would have been Vanya Milinkovic Savic in goal instead of Berisha, I think Inter would have had at least two. Because I don't know, I don't rate Milinkovic Savic very highly. I know he's the starter there, but like Berisha has always to me been a more reflexive goalkeeper. And that's really what he was relying on with some of those chances that came close, like the Hakan, the curler in and like got a hand to it. There was just so much that I was like, what can you do? This guy's going concili mode. Like, what do
Yeah.
we do here?
imagine if Napoli wins in the end, the whole thing.
I
I
mean,
would, I
I
would
think I'd
cry.
rather have that, honestly, than
Nah, I would
Milan.
cry. I would cry. Come
I
on.
don't know. I don't know. Just because, I mean, I don't want Milan on the same number of Scudetti as us. I can't have them be within striking distance of the second star before Inter. I just can't have that.
I mean, realistically, even
Mm.
Juventus, we can't count out. They're only 3 points behind us. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning, but I
Well,
mean,
we have the match in hand as well. Anyway, like
yeah.
I'm not. I don't know, man. I'm built different, man. I'm not even thinking. I'm not at that point yet where I'm like, shit. I'm trying to decide who I would prefer to win it.
I mean,
Like, listen,
I know who
if
we all want to win it, but
like if we let's say if we do our match in hand, how many points would that put us behind Milan?
a
4.
point back if
What
we win that game. But that match isn't
uh,
going to be played until at least late
until
April because
April? Yeah.
we keep launching appeals. It won't. They said it won't be played before like the 27th of April at this point.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
mean, I
oh,
don't
so we're
know if
still
we're.
trying to appeal.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if we're shooting ourselves in the foot with that now at this point with trying to get this win. Like that's kind of a bad look. Honestly, to me, it's a bad look that we're begging for this win over
Oh
Bologna.
no, I don't see it that way. It's because like I think that weekend, what 4 or 5 matches were canceled, and all of the other matches they awarded the win to a team, whatever, or to the team that actually showed up. and in ours for some reason they decided they want to play it. Isn't that the case? Right? It's either ours or ours and another one in Atalanta's. Those are the two matches that they're for some reason they don't want to apply the same ruling that they applied to the other ones. Because they awarded points to other teams in the same situation. I think that's what it is. I think that's why we keep trying to appeal it. So it's not like we're begging for a win or whatever. And I mean, I'm pretty confident against Bologna. So that's why I feel like, yeah, why at least we need an explanation as to why our case is that much different than the other ones that you guys decided. Okay, this team showed up, that other team didn't show up. Here's the guidelines that we had before that. So based on that, we're awarding the points to this team. Why is it not applying to us?
Yeah, yeah, that is another way to look. I don't know. Like, I feel like we should. I know that it's not consistent ruling, which is what the argument is. But like, yeah, I would be confident against Bologna. Why not just go ahead and line up that game, knock it out, and just move on? Like, I don't know. I'm tired of the game in hand lingering. Maybe that's just me, but something needs to happen. I'm tired of trying to play math. I'm not good at math. I don't need to be trying to add 3 points every time.
Mhm.
But we're coming down to the business end of the season, and getting points by any method matters, just like you said, Dave. But it's getting a little exhausting trying to look at where these points are going to come from. I saw a comment that I want to pull up. I think it was from Indra Hari. Yeah.
Yeah, the comment.
Says that Inter can still win this even if we lose to Juve. 84 points is enough to win the Scudetto. So that means Inter can afford one draw and one loss the rest of the season, which, is a decent amount of space. That would give you space for, a draw or a loss against Juve, and then, some random draw or loss somewhere else. But I don't think it's going to come down to that. I really do. I'm moaning and belly aching and all kinds of stuff right now, but I still think Inter can win all of these matches that they have ahead of them. They're all winnable. Like, I think we said this about Torino too, though. Like, it's winnable. Like, if you're the team that wants to win the Scudetto, if you're the champion, if you're the one with the champion's mentality, you will win the matches in front of you. I do think that getting that point at the end, I mean, didn't feel too great at the end of the day because it's still a draw, but getting points when you don't deserve them, when you shouldn't be getting them, is still a positive thing to take away, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Would you is the draw? I mean, I think we can all agree that it's kind of flattering to enter, but could that still be important?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, like you see how tight it is, so every single point counts. The goal happened so late. I was at a point where I was like, damn, we really just lost to Torino. So seeing it happen late and even having a chance maybe of scoring the second one that didn't happen. I mean, that shows that the team still has the fighting spirit in them, and that they're not giving up, they're not quitting. And we're gonna apply that same mentality to the Scudetto. We're not looking at the table and feeling like we're out of it. I personally, I'm not doing the math that okay, we could afford to lose and afford to draw, and which is probably true. And looking at the schedules of everybody else, but I feel like let's just take it one match at a time, and that's what the guys are gonna do, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah,
Do you
or we're talking about Milan's schedule. I pulled it up.
Mm.
Their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches are Lazio, Fiorentina. Oh, it went away. Oh, great. Lazio, Fiorentina, Verona, Atalanta, and Sassuolo. So, I mean, they've got a murderer's row there at the end of the season. So that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 points.
Yeah, and
There's going to be
honestly,
some
like
points dropped there.
from an Inter fans perspective, if they could manage to run up those 5 matches, what's the one before that? Because I thought they had 6 tough matches before.
It's the Copa. I
Oh,
mean,
okay, so it's us in the Copa. Okay,
yeah. I was talking
I,
about league. I mean, they have
and
Torino April 10th. that'll be kind of tough. I mean,
That's
we
gonna
just
be
saw
a
what
tough
happened.
one for them to. Yeah, we saw what happened. It's gonna be tough to beat them. So those 6 matches, if they manage to get 18 points out of them, I'll tip my hat. They deserve to win it. Because even us, from our perspective, if we had that, we would probably be like, okay, that's a tough one. We could probably expect 2 draws out of those 6 matches. But if they manage to get six wins, then hey, they're deserved winners because we've been fucking off a lot. So that's what it is. It's tough to bow down, but sometimes you have to bow out.
I mean, I don't think they have the fortitude to get through that either because that is a really young team. That's a team that, other than Zlatan and Giroud, none of them have been there before. None of them have
Mhm.
been in any kind of title race, any kind of anything like that. So maybe that's something Inter can keep the advantage in because we've talked about it all season that this is still the team that has the shield right here on the jersey. So yeah, Dave rocking it as a reminder. But it really is a tough stretch. But Inter still very much can come through, even though I don't think we're the favorites at this point. When you're not within 3 points of the top, I don't think you're the favorite. But I think you're still in a favorable position given who's around you and who they have to play.
Yeah. Can you pull up Napoli's as well, please?
Yes,
Uh,
I'll get that real quick.
yeah, I can do it so we can show it to the viewers as well.
All
Just
right.
one thing, Christo, not Christo, Dave, your microphone isn't plugged in. You're talking through your AirPods.
Yeah, I saw that comment from Bristol. I tried to fix it. It's still not working from the mic.
No,
I guess not. That's all right. It's still good enough sound. Like, we'll manage.
Okay,
This is a live show.
we know
We will
Risto's a
manage.
stickler for the sounds. Next thing you know, you guys won't be seeing me on episodes anymore because Risto's gonna fire me.
Risto was laying down last episode. Come on now.
but at least he sounded crispy, so you know.
Come on now, man.
No, I'm kidding. So Napoli have Udinese at home, then it's the international break again for some reason. Atalanta away, and then they have Fiorentina at home, Roma at home, Empoli away, Sassuolo home, Torino away, Genoa home, and then they finish it off with Spezia away. So realistically, apart from I don't know, the Sassuolo, Roma, and Napoli matches, they should be winning. Okay, and the Napoli matches, the Atalanta matches, they should be winning all of them. These ones, it's anyone's.
So you said 4 matches though. That means they have 4 tough
Yeah,
matches, right?
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough.
I think we have the easiest schedule of them all.
Yeah, we
If
do. I
if we
mean,
count out Juventus, which is one match,
mhm.
then we have so we have Fiorentina, Juventus. Then we have Hellas Verona, Spezia. We have Roma again after we beat them in the Coppa Italia. So I'm not really worried about Roma anymore.
I
We have
worry about
Udinese
Roma
away.
just because that's 3 times. Anytime we play a team more than twice in a season, like that's another chance
Yeah.
for a manager to figure us out. I don't know why
That's
Mourinho hasn't tried. I don't know if he would
he
feel
doesn't
too
want to.
bad beating Inter. I don't know, but
He doesn't want to. Then we have Udinese, which fun fact I will be attending. Then we have
oh,
Empoli home again. Again, no, we haven't. Okay, so then we have Cagliari away. That's always a difficult match, and we finish it off with Sampdoria home.
Is my mic
So
working now?
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. All right, there we go.
Happy
Production
now, Aristo.
making making it happen.
So I don't know. Realistically, apart from Juventus and Fiorentina, we should win all of these. Like I know I'm probably going to get clipped and posted later, or Dave's gonna pull a receipt on me. But
No,
like
no, I'm not gonna do you like that. But no,
like
I agree, and it's even more so because when you look at those dates, Ian, like you see a week between those matches, so it's not like we're gonna
mm,
have tired guys playing crazy schedules, right?
the only
No.
thing I'm worried is this. So we have the Copa at home. We always
And
have
then
the Copa
Roma,
at
right?
home in
We got
this
Roma
case,
and
and
then the
then yeah,
Copa.
4 days later we have Roma. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And depends,
No,
like,
I-
will we push for the final where we just say, okay, let's focus on the league, try and win
yo,
that
yeah,
trophy? Will
we
we
no,
try
we
and do
can,
both?
we cannot have Milan win a double on our heads, bro. No,
Yeah.
yeah. So
What's the
we
No,
other
I
definitely got to
think that
final?
could
push.
be an ultimate, if Roma, I mean not Roma, if Milan are, you
Pulling
know,
away with the
or not even pulling away, if they are struggling up to that point. I mean they have
mm,
Genoa before, but they could still drop points to Torino 2 weeks
mm.
before. Maybe Genoa gives them a tough game because
No, I expect it. Because listen, they've drawn what 8 matches since they hired the manager.
yeah. Yeah, I mean
So
it's very possible if they go in and they're stuttering there, and then Inter give them a knockout blow. Then they have to play Lazio, Fiorentina, Verona, Atalanta, Sassuolo. I
yeah,
mean,
such a young team. Like we can definitely, like you said, give him a knockout blow.
yeah, because I mean they did it to us a little bit. They kind of started our stuttering with
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
win. So if we can
Yep.
cause the same thing to them, which has happened in seasons before, it's usually a derby in the league. But I can remember a lot of second half derbies in the season where, we've won and then Milan have been looking strong, like second, third place, and then they end up fighting for fourth on the final day. So it could be something like that again.
Yeah, man. It's tough. I mean, it's tough. Like when you clip things from perspective, like where we are right now, we're sitting on in third place, looking up. So things are they're looking kind of grim, But let's not give up hope, guys. I feel like we're still in it. Like again, we just can't. I just can't guarantee anything because we can't rely on our strikers. If anything, we can rely on them to be unreliable.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you
that's
know.
the
So,
best way to put it.
so that I guess that's the good thing about somebody that's unreliable as well is that sometimes that person is reliable. So let's say those guys decide to start firing at the right time, and we have another two guys in the mix with Korea. Which Korea I expect him to start coming good now because he's been back for about nearly a month now, right? Three weeks. There's been 4 or 5 matches that he's been in now, so he should be getting his legs under him that he can make an impact now. So yeah, I expect Correa to start coming good. Hopefully he doesn't get injured.
Uh, when did Correa come back? Was it Genoa or was it?
No, it was Milan, the first leg of the derby. I mean of the
Oh, it
Copa
was that
Derby.
far back? Damn. Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
that was March 1st. Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks. 2 weeks at this point.
Oh yeah,
Um,
but it's like
Next
we're playing
match
so
will be
many
about
matches.
3 weeks. Yeah. No, Inter has a way of aging you a year in 3 days at some points. So, it's really been that kind of season so far. Um, let's look at some comments though. I want to start. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Future
yeah.
Hendricks dropped a comment before we even started. And he said if Correa doesn't start against Fiorentina, retire him and make him the club chef. I mean, yeah, he was leading the carne asada they had out there today. So I mean, I guess they just signed him to look nice and cook the carne there. But
Wait, for real? All
You
right, I'm
didn't
about
see
to go cuss them
photos?
out, bro. Because you guys see, I haven't been on Twitter, bro. So they're really out there partying, grilling, like everything's all good. I'm about to go retweet that, bro.
Nah, man, you need to see this now. We need your like
nah, I
reaction.
thought it was I thought it
Hold
was
on.
fine, honestly. Like, I mean, they need a morale
Right.
boost. Like, if that helps, like, because the last thing we need is this team
Uh,
spiraling and collapsing in on itself. So if
I
a little
guess.
grill in the sun, if that's what gets the blood going, then that's what we need.
Oh, look at that.
The sh- My only problem with this picture is I don't even care about anything else. Like, why does he have his shorts so far up?
He's
This
trying
pic
not to
was
pull
meant for the
another
ladies to show
hamstring.
off the legs.
He's gonna pull
I don't
another
know, dog.
hamstring. He's gonna bend too far over
Right,
the
but
grill. That's gonna be a shoulder. He's gonna pull an
I mean, it
oblique.
seems like they're enjoying themselves. Gozens is a bit confused as to what's happening.
Well, next they got to
Like,
get
look,
Hakan to do the kebab.
For real.
What
oof.
else we got? Yeah, every Inter player or every player linked to Inter keeps scoring against us. Matthias says, yeah, it keeps
Yeah,
happening.
for
But
real.
if Skamaka gets a goal against Milan last match of the season, and that's what keeps them out in some kind of like QPR Man City type like last match day, like Lautaro goes full Aguero or something, like, you know what? I will like they need to bring Skamaka in like on a float, like in a championship parade of his own, if that
Absolutely.
happens.
But speaking of though, I know we're doing the comments, and I want us to keep going through them. But you guys, I'm sure you guys have been reading the rumors about Sebastian Haller, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
there was a
feel
comment. I'll pull
I
that up
feel
while we talk.
uh, okay. I feel like Haller and Skamaka are mutually exclusive. It's one or the other, obviously. And they're around the same price. Who would you guys prefer out of the two?
I'd rather have Skamaka. He knows the league. Um, I would rely on him more than Haller, who was good at Eintracht Frankfurt, but didn't have a great time in the Premier League. I mean, it was a very chaotic West Ham when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course, he's recaptured his form at Ajax, but it's still the Eredivisie. I'm always very skeptical of that league. Even when Dumfries came in, I'm always
Mm-hmm.
very skeptical of that league. So I would rather have, someone really young and with a lot of potential, a really high ceiling like Skamaka.
I'm with you,
Okay,
man. You've said it all.
but
Oh,
he did. He was the top scorer of the Champions League at one point. I think he's the only player, one of the only players that actually scored in every single group stage game. And
yeah,
just
Yeah, I mean,
looking
I
at
I
guess
mean,
it's
his
he,
kind of
no,
neat
no,
that.
games,
no. He's playing out of his mind right now. But I'm actually with Mikey on this because Haller is prime Haller right now. Is the best that he's ever going to be. He's what 27, 28 years old right now. Um, I mean,
27.
he's playing out of his mind. I'll give him credit. He's bullying that league. Got 19 goals, 7 assists in the league, and then he got 11 goals in the Champions League. So that's a wonderful season he's having. But when you look at the guy, he's a big guy. He's not pretty quick. He's not too technical. He just scores bully goals, and he is clinical. He's like a guy that he finds the corner and he doesn't mess around. So I guess that's probably why we look at him. But when you look at ceiling at Skamaka, who's 23, I'll still go with Skamaka. There's still no guarantee that Skamaka's ever going to be a player that's going to bang a goal and bang goals in the Champions League like we see Haller is doing. But what are the odds that that's exactly what he's going to be doing every season now? I think he's just having a magical year, a la Lukaku with us last year. He feels like he has something to prove. Because it failed for him in England. He had to go in a lower league, and he's motivated, his focus, and he's banging in goals. I think that's what it is. I don't think that's sustainable what we're seeing from him. So I definitely still go with Skamaka. And as the comments say as well, I think that it probably is some kind of smoke screen for Sassuolo to kind of budge a bit, because it was also reported that we were offering a loan with obligation, but they want the cash up front or something like that. So we're probably trying to do that.
While I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
agree with you, Jones, to some extent, like if we look at his last games, he is very streaky. We see here's a period of 4 games where he didn't score. He assisted against Juventus.
Wait, who are we looking at?
Before that,
Skamaka.
Oh, okay.
Skamaka, and then like here in the beginning, like no goals for 4 games, no goals for 5 games, or is it even more at 6 games? So he started the season off actually without scoring in the first 6 games, and then he scored a double against Genoa, and then he went on another 4 games without scoring. So he just seems streaky, a streaky player, like Lautaro is.
Yeah.
He didn't score for 7 games, and then he scored a couple, and then he didn't score again for 7 games. Like you need someone more consistent. If you look at
Yeah.
Haaland,
I mean,
though,
now I agree. Hold on. Still pull up Haller, but let me give you a rebuttal, Ian, because you see how sneaky he is, Mikey. He likes sneaking in his little points and then driving right back to the next one. You know, I'm used to you now,
That's
Ian.
a
We've been doing
debate
this for
team.
months.
That's a debate team strategy right there. I think
Yes,
you got
bro.
some background.
I'm used to you, Ian. We've been doing this for months now. But well, yes, I feel like that's that you can probably circle that to a guy that's probably young and still figuring it out, because that's still his first year as a full-time starter in a decent team. Of course, he was starter half of the season at Genoa last year, and a horrible Genoa team that was battling relegations. So I count this season as his first season in the Serie A as a starter. So having 12 goals right now, and he probably is probably going to end up with 15, 16. I feel like that's a good number. Now, if he's at Inter 2, 3 years and is 25, 26 and still streaky like that, then we can decide that, yeah, that's a guy that he's entering his prime and he's probably a streaky player. He's not it, which is why I'm at a point where I'm jumping off the Lautaro bandwagon right now because Lautaro is about to be 25 and he's been here for about 4 years and it hasn't improved. But go ahead with your Haller stuff, bro.
Haller just seems a more, I won't say complete, maybe complete, but Haller just seems for right now, a better player.
But
He,
how much have
uh,
you watched? How much Ajax have you watched this year? Like
uh,
I
none.
can't speak
I can
because yeah, I haven't watched any Ajax.
no, but just like see from what I've seen on highlights, and we all know the highlights are deceiving with our João Mario cases and such. But he just seems like a, a, a better, more complete, more ready-made footballer. Yeah, he had
No,
a bad spell at the
no,
terrible West Ham team.
absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I mean, I think both Mikey and I we did agree. And yeah, I mean, I know it is common to make fun of people who talk about highlights, but of course highlights are useful to see what a player can do, what the skills, what the abilities of a player are. So yeah, and his highlights, he's definitely showing you that he's a more complete player because he is older. He's been in the profession longer. He knows he has more tools. He knows how to find his consistency. He knows what his workout regimen should be. All that stuff that Skamaka is figuring out. So yeah, we both agree. I think Haller is definitely a more ready-made right now type of player, but Skamaka could easily be 1 or 2 years away from being better, much better than that. In my
What do we
opinion.
need? Do we need someone
Well,
now
the
to step
most
in?
I have a point
Go
if I
ahead,
may.
Mikey.
Go on.
No, but I'm looking like I've pulled up or Haller's his CV. I mean, he's only scored and when he was in the Bundesliga, he only scored double digit goals once. He had 15 goals, 9 assists in 29 matches in 2018-19. And that was the move that got him to the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that big of a number to me. His next biggest goal haul was back in the Eredivisie in
Hey,
2015.
listen, Mikey. Every time before you say the Eredivisie, Mr. Pleasant here, look at that comment. He's saying, "Make sure you respect his Eredivisie, please. He doesn't want any hostility against it."
Well, now this isn't
Dispensing a
even
bit of
just
hostility against the
looking
Eredivisie.
like maybe he's just suited to that league, not in a quality way or anything. Just like maybe his skill set fits that league very well.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, go ahead then, Ian. So, Ian, come out and say it. Would you prefer us to go for Haller over Skamaka?
We still need to wait until the end of the season, I think, for Skamaka.
Mm.
I don't know. Like, let's look at Sassuolo's schedule. I say
Is it even
Right.
worth mentioning Lukaku right now?
no.
No, I don't think that's happening. I think that's just a Twitter pipe dream that we
Yeah.
just we feed
That's
into it. But
that's one of the Thomas rumors that he keeps spreading around.
Hey, I mean,
don't think that's
he's got
happening.
to keep the clicks on Inter extra somehow.
Follow Inter_extra for more Inter news by Thomas. No, but like, look, okay, so they have Spezia home, Lazio away, Atalanta home, Cagliari away, Juventus home, Napoli away, Udinese home, Bologna away, and then
Oh.
Milan home. If he can score against at least two of the big teams here that I see, so if he can score against Milan, Juventus, maybe Napoli, and continue to do well against the little teams, sign him up. No question about it. Sign
He's
him
already
up.
scored against Milan and Napoli this season, by the way. I don't know if that counts.
We'll see.
In Inter. I don't know if that counts.
And, okay, I mean, do we have to mention Inter? Like, you see our defenses, you see we play a stature and go.
Okay,
So
but our defense is still the second best defense in the league. We've still only given up 23 goals. The only better is Napoli
seriously,
with 21, and we still scored 10 more than Napoli. We still have the best goals for. Like the statistics are still there. The form is
Yeah.
just gone,
how do we
and the
still have the
luck.
second best defense?
let's comb through the comments some more. Yeah, I see a lot of them
Yeah,
popping up.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
guys, thank you
We got
guys.
him
Thank
going with
you.
the
Yeah.
got him going with the hilarity talk. Mr. Pleasant,
Also,
I'm sorry, I
subscribe,
didn't mean
click
to
the bell button so you never miss a scheduled upload and live stream.
didn't mean to slander the Eredivisie too much. I'm just more cautious. Let's see. Mattia says Inter fans aren't delusional. Torino was robbed of a penalty and 3 points. We didn't deserve that point. Yeah, yeah. It happens in the season, though. You know, there's always a match or two in the season where you
Yeah.
steal a point or two. But the seasons where
Mhm.
you can steal more points, I mean, this sounds very Juventus right now. The seasons where you can steal more points when you don't play well are the seasons where
You
you have
win.
some success at the end of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to Mattia, by the way. That's a guy that he's one of our loyal guys. Every time that we're coming on, I always see him, and I had the pleasure of meeting him in person. Actually, well, not in person, seeing him because we actually had a stream together with Inter Worldwide. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Mattia.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah.
He's a nephew, came from the Uncle Sharma channel. Also, check out Uncle Sharma.
Let's see. Risto says, "Congrats, Milan, 19 Scudetto." Of course, he says that. Let's
Look, we're Balkan.
see.
We're supposed to be negative. Even look at
Yeah,
Matthias' comments later.
Risto, a draw. He says a draw would be good against Juventus. I think we would kind of all agree with that.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Who else we got? Yeah, Sean Collins here. I think he's a little confused with. Okay, no, he had some clarification about the Bologna issue.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we were talking, or Dave was mentioning how other teams got points that weekend. He says that I think they forced the others to play, but didn't make any statement with ours until we
Oh,
asked.
really?
Yeah, I think there was like a match around that same time because I know Atalanta still has a match in hand.
Uh-huh.
Udinese have 2 matches in hand, so there were some matches missed.
Oh, I'm looking right now. Yes, Salernitana are missing two. Udinese are missing two. Torino are missing. Torino and Bologna are missing one. Fiorentina are missing one. Yeah, Atalanta are missing one, and us as well. Okay, all right. Yeah, I did. I stand corrected then. Thank you, Sean. Because I did read that. The reason why we're pushing for it is because like we were not getting the same treatment. Like they were forcing us to play it where everybody else was like, okay, you know what, you guys get awarded the points. But if it's not the case, then definitely yes, we play the match. If everybody else plays, then so should we. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Matteo wants Ian to control Risto.
Now, hold on,
Too
he
bad.
was swearing in our languages. I will not stand for that. This is a family-friendly show. He can fuck off.
Oh my god.
Family
Yeah,
friendly show, but he can what?
Huh?
he can what now?
What?
Family friendly show, but he can what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like,
Moving
you
on.
see, you
Um,
see how he is.
Oh my. No, Risto's a loose cannon. We can't. He cannot be
Nobody can
controlled.
control the risk. Yeah,
Yeah, he
you
has
can
no
only
manager.
hope to contain him.
He has no manager. He can no longer be managed. Um,
what else we got in the comments?
Mr. Pleasant saying that we have the easiest schedule, but it means that we're in the position to Patsa enter ourselves into oblivion. Yeah, we're kind of on the cusp of that. Really hoping that doesn't happen. I still think that once we're getting down now to a match a week, I think we're going to see the best out of this team because the depth that everyone said we had is not real depth. You know, Vecino got a year older. Gagliardini's Gagliardini. Vidal got a year older. It's just the depth was not
Send
what everyone
Sensi
said it
away.
was. Yeah, Sensi is still made of glass. He still has glass bones and paper skin. Every morning he breaks his arms. Every night he breaks his legs, and his heart attacks put him to sleep. But
Yeah, but speaking of that midfield depth, though, like if we don't sign somebody to back up Brozo, I say that we have to be in a position where we say, you know what, fuck it, if we sacrifice his growth a little bit, but we got to bring back Agume, bro, because like young or not, needing to learn more or not, like we need quality players in this midfield because we can't be. I don't want to be in a position that we're forced to be playing Vecino and Gagliardini anymore. I understand Gagliardini because of the contract we gave him. It's tough to get rid of him, But Vecino, I think Vecino is gone this summer. Vidal is gone this summer. So hopefully we bring in quality, man. Because those guys, this kind of player, like hopefully we never get to see them in our colors again.
Haven't we
Yeah,
already talked about bringing Gume back? Or was that the Twitter discussion that I saw?
Yeah, I think we spoke about it last episode or the
yeah,
one
we
before.
definitely did. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
If you look
I
at the
like
stats
this.
right now for bowlers, for Casino and Gume, how they're performing, like, I know it won't be like compared equally, but like the per game stats,
Uh-huh.
I can pull them up.
Well, while you're doing that, I did like this comment from Indra Hari talking about
Uh-huh.
relegation teams, which is something that really pops up around this portion of the season. Where
Uh-huh.
if you're facing those relegation teams this late in the season, they're going to be fighting hard. He says he's not going to be surprised if Milan or Napoli drop points against some of those teams. I'm not sure exactly which ones they have, but yeah, I would be very
Uh-huh.
cautious of anyone from about 16th to 20th. I mean, maybe not
Yeah.
20th. I think Salernitana are completely dead in the water.
They're in the water, yeah.
Yeah, but anyone from Sampdoria, Cagliari, Venezia, Genoa, I mean, they're going to put up fights.
Yeah, I agree. Very good point, Durari.
Um, what's Ian got here?
I don't know. He eating the maps. This guy, it's like a guy that got a new toy, bro. Like we can.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, you want stats? I got stats. Heat maps. I got heat maps too.
What's going on? Hello.
Who's that? Agume?
I
On the
think
right is
it's
Agu, on the left is Brozovic. There we go. All right.
Oh wow! So
So-
it's gonna compare. That's cool.
And I'm this guy. Come on.
Wait,
Just
wait
like
a minute. So
heat map.
who's on the right?
Agume.
Left one is Brozovic, right one is Agume.
Of course. I don't know why I asked. I should have known. Brozovic. Look at this, Brozovic. It's because that's
He's
not a
in
color
the
more.
right.
Yeah, it's not a color. It's not a color darker than red. Maybe like, but I'm sure this guy's like
This guy's got like
covering some.
purple.
Yeah, purple map. But yeah,
No,
go ahead, Ian.
This
This
needs
is
to
a
be similar to Kante, surely. This has to be so similar to Kante. I don't know. So yeah, basically, Agume played less. Neither of them scored.
I thought Brazo had
Brozovic
a
only
goal this
assisted.
year.
This is the league. This is only the league.
Okay.
So we're looking at league stats. So passing, Brozovic has 1 assist. Agume has 0. Brozovic has almost twice as many touches as Agume. Both only created 1 big chance. Key passes, Brozovic has 1, whilst Agume has half per game. Yeah, okay. So Brozovic is in a completely different ballpark when it comes to accurate balls and passes. Like you can just see like 7%, 92% completion rate with almost twice as many accurate passes per game compared to Agume. Well, like Agume is still young. Plus, he seems to be a bit more defensive. More interceptions, more same tackles. Do you think he's ready, or do you think
I don't think he's ready.
Do they
one
give
season
stats
as a
of
backup
how much
slowly integrate?
running they did? I'm sorry, bro.
Running stats,
Yeah, like
distance
I
covered.
don't know.
distance covered.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
I'm sure that should be near the heat map, right? No.
Oh yeah, I would think so. It might not. They might just not have it on SofaScore. That might
I don't
just
think they
be
have it.
because anytime I see distance covered, it's always Serie A covering it. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
they do it, but I
It's
think that might just be
always
their proprietary stuff.
because this
Yeah,
is from
you're
the
right.
Serie A, which I pulled up for the last game for
Mhm.
the Torino Inter match. This is how they do it. It's on their website, but like I don't think there's a per season yet. Or it might be
Understood.
on the
Understood.
website.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's interesting. To answer your question, Ian, I don't think he's ready. That's why just the previous episode I was on here saying that I want him. If anything, my wish would have been for us to get him into the league, maybe a lower table Serie A side, so he could gain some Serie A experience, because the league is completely different from the French league, and I've been convinced by everybody else, Mikey included, that the Italian culture just won't allow that to happen, because those teams, if they don't own a player or they don't have the option of owning them, they're not gonna develop him. They're not gonna play him. So I agree. I would say that maybe we should leave him there at Brest for another year since he seems to be in a great environment. He's thriving and they love him there. Give him another year, but I don't think he's ready. But
I,
if we can't buy a player or a guy to replace Brozo, I do not want us to go in there in the same way, thinking, okay, you know what, when we can't play Brozo, we're gonna play Barella and as register and stuff. No, we gotta have two registers there, in my opinion.
to me, I think there's one team that would play him, and it's because they're currently playing another loanee with a lot of playing time in their midfield, and that's Torino,
Oh,
because Juric is playing Tommaso Pobega a lot, and Milan are going to be taking him back at the end of the season, I'm pretty sure. So if that's a hole in their midfield and Juric needs someone else in that spot, I think
that's a great point.
that would be
Yeah,
a good place for him to be. That's a great coach. That's a solid team, a similar
mm-hmm,
style. I think it could work.
mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a great shot, Mikey. I mean, great pointing that out. And also, Salernitana, I'm not sure they have much of a choice because of the squad. They're playing the kid from Juve, I think Dragosin, I think his name is, the defender. They play him almost every match, So something like that. I don't think I'm not sure I would want him in a at a bottom dweller that's like really has no chance and they're really struggling every match. They get pounded every match, but I would like him in a Torino level type of a team, a Udinese type of team that he can learn a lot and still show what he can do. And the learning about Italian soccer, that's the most important thing. Learning the tactics, the pressing that you need to do, the everything, because he has a lot of freedom in France, and it's a pretty open league. You know?
Indra Hari, I think, might watch Brest more than us. He seems to have a take here. He says
Mm,
should take into account how Brest play. Agume is a double pivot playing on the counter. He
mm.
doesn't think he's as much a regista as more of like
It's
a
more
box
of
to
a
box.
box to
Yeah.
box. Okay, yeah, that's a very good point. I haven't looked. Let me look at their formation. Burst. I
Uh,
do. I do know that like in the few matches that I have tuned in to watch him in Satiliano, he was playing in front of the defense, but yeah, it was not more of a register role where he was getting the ball, everything was going through him. So yeah, that probably explains those stats. So that's a good
yeah, they
shout
were
from Indra
playing.
Hari.
I just pulled up their last match just for
Mm-hmm.
a random reference. They were playing
Marseille.
a 3-4. It was long, but it was a 3-4-1-2, and yeah, he was playing beside another midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
But that does seem a little more similar to something that could happen at Inter. I don't think that would be fully out of the question for Inzaghi to resort to at some point. And I mean, if
Yeah,
you could get him in that way, I mean, it could work, at least to me.
I agree.
But I'm still guessing because I don't watch Brest.
Mm-hmm.
If they weren't on BN Sports in the US, which is hard as all hell to get on, I would be watching somewhere like
Mm-hmm.
somebody needs to get those league rights. I need them on ESPN or Paramount or something.
Oh snap! It's 4 o'clock. The Juve match is starting. Let me get on that.
Yeah, I mean we're pushing an hour. We'll probably get a few more comments, get a few more.
Yeah, yeah, yes. I saw we had a plenty of good ones. Let's see if we could skim through them real quick and we could wrap it up.
Yeah. Mattia has a question for Dave. He asks you where you stand with Dybala.
Oh man, listen. It depends on the day of the week that you ask me, man. I've been flip flopping. Like that's a guy that, like again against Torino last match, we could definitely use a guy like that. A guy that you give him the ball, he could dribble a little bit, try to create something for himself. Because in a situation like that, when a team is or defending so well, you need individual brilliance, and we lack that. So a genius like him, we need a player like that. But on the other end, when you look at the injuries that he's been having, we did a very good job. Thank you with Ian and Mikey. I think Ian pulled up the injuries and everything. That was his first time using his little tools. So we went over it. Like the injuries that he was having. You know, they look like he's breaking down. So at the price that he would come, it doesn't look like a good investment for a club like us who we're not really that safe financially. You know, so I'm flip flopping, man. One day I'll be like, yo, you know what? Let's just take the risk. The next day I'll be like, no, 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 let's not touch this guy. So
I
right
mean,
now I'm like,
it would still
right
be a
now,
much smarter thing than
uh,
another rumor I've seen, which was Luis Suarez.
oh no, oh no, no. The club moved very quickly to deny that one.
Okay,
Very
okay,
quickly. I
I
was
didn't see that.
surprised. Yeah.
Do you know who Dybala reminds me of a bit?
Go
Wayne
ahead, Ian.
Rooney. He started playing almost
That's
every
an
game with
insult
Everton.
in so
No,
many
no, no, no,
ways.
no, 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 no.
No,
Listen,
no, no.
listen.
That's a good shout.
Because he started playing at Everton almost every game when he was 18 years old, made his big
Yep.
move to Man United, just like Dybala did with Palermo and Juventus. And then he's been
Hmm.
playing his ass off for the whole career. And then the muscle injuries or the knee injuries,
He flamed
something,
out. Yep.
yeah, he flamed
Yeah.
out very
Good
early
shout.
before he was 30, I think. So I don't, I can draw some parallels
No,
there,
that's a
and
very, very good shout.
yeah,
Very good shout. Yeah, because it's not like a guy that had one massive injury that set off his career. You know, it's like he played a lot. They put a lot of minutes on him, and kind of similar to Michael Owen as well. Those young English guys, they come out young. They play a lot, and then by the time, because he's the same age as Ronaldo. I remember they both hit the football scene at the same age, 18 years old in that Euro. I think it was Euro 2004, if I'm not
or yeah.
mistaken. You
Hmm.
know, so yeah, they're the same age, but he looks like an old man, whereas Ronaldo is still scoring hat tricks. So good shot, I agree. Dybala is very comparable. It could be a guy that's finishing. You know, I'm not gonna give you any fight back on that one, Ian.
Oh man, but yeah, I think we all are kind of like here with the Indra Hari says, Raspadori all the way. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean we
yeah,
need
that's where I'm
guys
at.
that we need guys with upside. We need guys with value that's gonna last. Not these guys that you're getting at the twilight of their careers, like the Alexis Sanchez's, the Vidals of the world. Um, no, I think we're moving past that model, and I mean we only did that because of Conte.
Yeah,
I think Alexis Sanchez, that might have been, an opportunity right there just because of how bad he was falling out with Man U. But Vidal, that was 100% Conte. And we're kind of seeing the hangover effects of that because we brought in his win now guys and we won then. And yeah, they're done.
yeah, and they're the two highest paid players on the team right now.
Yeah, and we saw Vidal this week say that he
Get
wanted to
fined.
move to got fined for trying to say come get me to Flamingo of all teams.
I mean, shit. I don't know why they find them. To be honest, if anything, the club should have been like, "Yes, guy. I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
glad you get it. If anything, we're gonna try to make it happen. You know, come on,
or maybe they were
Flamingo."
just trying to make him want to leave even more. I don't know. Maybe it was some kind of reverse psychology. But yeah, I think getting those guys out, freeing up those wages, whatever we do this summer, like I'm looking forward to what we do this summer. I think there are some good moves to be made. I think beyond like the ones that we know of right now, the Scamacas, the Raspadoris, the Fratesis, I think there's going to be more that could happen. I know recently, it's not been the best source. I think it was broken by Calcio Mercato, but Hassim Aouar from Lyon, I saw
Yeah.
a link there. I think that would be a very good reinforcement for the midfield.
Really?
Yeah, it just came out today. I mean, it was
Oh,
just Calcio Mercato, which isn't the best source, but
Still, I mean, that's crazy. That's how you could tell that I wasn't happy with the latest result. I've been on Twitter less often, you know, so I'm missing out. I didn't even see them grilling, and I didn't even see this rumor. So I've been slipping a little bit. They better give me a win so I could get back active on Twitter, man.
hey, I mean, it's better for you mentally anyway. I mean, Twitter can become quite the place.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that was just about everything. Yeah. Does anybody have any parting comments? Anything? Do we want to do predictions, or are we're gonna stay off of predictions until we start getting some?
Nah, let's predict, bro.
we have to do
Let's
predictions.
let's do predictions.
Uh,
I'll go first. Given the situation, I'll say 2-1 Inter. You know, because think about it, they don't have Vlahovic up there anymore. It's gonna be Piontek and whoever Cabral that they just bought, and he's not even getting minutes right now because I don't think he's at the level of the league. maybe it's taking him time to settle, but he's barely getting minutes. So yeah, I think we can handle Piontek and whoever else. Uh, so
It
two
was
one.
that Gonzalez guy, Nico Gonzalez,
Yes,
that
and
that spun Skriniar last time.
and they got the other guy. What's his name? Ikone. Ikone. That's
Yeah.
a dangerous guy as well.
Ooh,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Really,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Raleigh?
yeah.
Let's go.
yeah. Today
Where I
might be a
don't.
good day. The day that
I'm.
Juve gets dumped out of the
Good
Champions League is
evening.
always a good day. Villarreal just took the lead.
Yes.
How about that?
But
But yeah,
wait.
I guess my prediction, I would say, an ugly 1-0 win. I don't see us playing any beautiful football yet. I think we need to get one foot in front of the other, start walking before we start trying to run. So I would take a 1-0 win.
Same with me. My head says 1-0. My heart says something more, something else. To be
we
fair,
know.
okay.
We know.
With the way the defense has been going, a 1-1 isn't
He
off
just
the
wants that
table.
Handanovic clean sheet.
Oh, I live for the Handanovic clean sheets. um, my mind says 1-1. My heart says 1-0. I'm gonna go 1-0. The
Hope
Handanovic
so.
clean sheet will come, and I will make
Mm.
sure to put it on Twitter for the whole week that follows. I ain't
Hey,
having none
listen.
of that.
What Juve? I mean, what Villarreal goal are you guys talking about? Because I'm watching the match.
Yeah,
I thought I was a
same.
little behind, but I don't see it.
Oh well,
I
then
think
maybe not. Maybe we did just.
I
Oh yeah,
think I
I
think
guess we got
I think
got.
you guys
Indra Hari
misunderstood. I think
debated
probably
us.
that was a prediction. Maybe that was it was
Oh,
from
we got
Indra
It's
Hari.
a
got.
0-0.
Hey, I mean, either way, it could still happen. You know what?
Let's hope.
Speak it into
We'll see.
existence.
But thank you guys, thank you everybody. Like I mean, especially on a random day like this, on a random Wednesday, we didn't even play. Just to have everybody come in and participate as if it was a regular episode, it means a lot to us. That means we're really building a group of people that really mess with us. So thank you guys. It means a lot.
Yeah, it's great. You know, a Wednesday after a draw,
Hmm.
it could easily just have been dead. But yeah, much appreciated. Yeah. Anything else? Anything you guys want to leave us with to think about until after Fiorentina? No. All right.
Not
Nope.
really.
I guess we'll just go ahead and pop on out of here. Ian, do you want to give an outro or
Does
you
anyone
just
else
want to
want to
call it?
take a stab at it?
Hey, you've got it written down. I'll just say
That's
like
yeah.
like, share, subscribe, turn on some notifications, tell your friends, tell your dog, tell your mom, tell everybody that we're out here. So
I think we got the outro done.
ta-da. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Dave, thanks Ian. Being here as always, you know, coming on after this stretch of games has not been the easiest, but we're still out here. And thanks everyone, and we'll see